space, the final frontier.
This is the podcast State of the Federation.
Its continuing mission:
to preview strange new ships,
to seek out new builds and new combinations,
to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Federation. If you're in Europe, good afternoon for all the other viewers here in the Americas. We are doing a special episode for you guys today. It is 3:30 in the afternoon for me, and we are going to be having a wonderful bonus episode for you guys. So I hope the new time slot works out for some people. We are going to be reviewing all of Wave 9 today, and I, of course, have my wonderful usual co-hosts, starting with Tucker. Who has been completely Borgified, as always. And the wonderful Mr. David.
I'm here. It's a thing broke, but we're good. We're all fine here now. Thank you.
Nothing's broken yet. Nothing's dead. David, how are you doing today?
I am the Borg. The Borg are sleeping.
A little early for you over on the West Coast? I know my directions.
It's 12:30. I'm having a lazy day. So.
Yeah, I'm actually in the same boat. I literally woke up half an hour ago.
We sleep until noon around here. That's not the... we run on 26-hour Bajoran days, okay?
It has more to do with the fact that this is pretty much my day off. So,
gotcha. So we'll do it fast so you can get back to doing more cool, fun stuff on the day off, right?
Actually, I just got an email from my boss saying I have to drive 100 miles today. So, hey.
Oh, well, that's not nearly as fun. Yeah. But we can work with that. So, today we are reviewing all of Wave 9. That has been out for almost 2 weeks now, and we've already started the Wave 10 preview somehow. But that's okay. We've got the ISS Defiant, Chang's Bird of Prey, and the Scimitar. How excited are we for all of these?
Yay!
I'm actually... There's some good ships around here, and if nothing else, there's some good cards. There's some interesting things that we'll get to specifically when they come up, but I think we have a lot of things that open up some strategies, especially with Klingons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not there. Spoiler alert is there aren't a ton of cards I'm excited about here, but there is at least one ship that I'm very excited about. Hint, it is probably not the one you think.
I like thinking of everything, but all right. I guess we will start getting into it then, and we will start with the ISS Defiant. Dr. Nickett, glad to have you here. Glad you see you're new to State of the Federation. So, starting through the archives, he is up to episode 7 now in 2 days. He's getting a strategy inundation from everyone.
Nice.
It's good to have you guys. Cosmonaut is back too. He was here on Tuesday with some help for the build fleet. So we will see how we do from here. So, starting on our ISS Defiant review. The Defiant itself is a 4-2-3-3 ship, much better than the Federation Defiant, because that 4 attack dice is a lot.
Yeah, it seemed like the mirror universe is going the route of the Borg, which is all of their ships are just higher attack dice than you?
Well, we only had 3 of them, so Assimilation Target Prime, you can kind of talk away because that is actually part Borg. But the Prey Catch was pretty normal.
I think the Mirror Enterprise D also had a bonus die over the Prime Universe counterpart.
Yeah,
That's
it
good.
went up to 5.
They finally realized that if you want to be a ship in this game, you need 4 or 5 attack dice, easy. But yes.
Yes, and that has something to do with my new happy ship happiness.
Upgrade slots are not quite as good. It's got 2 weapons and 2 crew. All for the same price of 24 points, but its ability is one that we have seen before. Each time you suffer damage from attack, you may place an auxiliary power token beside your ship to reduce the amount of damage from that attack by 1. In fact, this might be a little bit better than the talc here, because this happens after you are suffering damage. So this could potentially, well, I don't know, I'm trying to think of any situation where this would actually be better than a single evade.
It's not. It doesn't work against Borg missile or other related attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Borg missile, remember, does not do damage. It simply destroys shields. Let me think. It may or may not stack with interface generator, whereas the Talcure definitely would. Not that ever matters, really.
Mm-hmm. It would work against antimatter mines, though, if they were dropped on the ship.
If they were dropped on the ship, yes.
If you're just running into it, no, it doesn't help.
Yeah, so literally the only way... And here's the other thing, by the way. I don't think this works against crits.
Each time you suffer damage. It just says damage. Any other card that says repairing damage doesn't care the difference between normal or critical.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess it's equivalent in that sense. It doesn't turn on, no, that doesn't either. Yeah, it's worse, but not that much worse.
It's different. Just a subtle difference, but it might make a difference.
So, Dr. Nickett has identified himself in the chat room as Nick Norris from Facebook. Hey, Nick. I know you. You're a pretty cool guy.
Read as someone who hasn't tried to argue really old rules that were established long ago.
Oh, no. He argues rules. He's just mostly right about it, so I like him.
That's always good. Action bar is the normal action bar, same as the Federation version. But, yeah, I find it amusing that this is a mirror unique ISS Defiant, because, of course, it's mirror universe. But I don't think we'll ever see a normal universe ISS Defiant.
Yeah, rather unlikely.
Well, that's not the point, Will. You can't have things from the mirror universe just randomly using the normal unique symbol.
Well, we'll get back to that in a minute. Let's see. Anyone have the maneuver dial on this? Is this the same as the regular Defiant?
It's the same as the regular Defiant, yeah.
Cool. David, any thoughts from you?
Well, I'm actually considering it. I'm not entirely sure how much, but I'm considering it for a Rebel OP2 fleet. Just because I think it's got potential, but it's like a support ship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes a nice secondary ship for Mirror Universe.
Yeah, Mirror Universe has gotten a lot of solid ships. You know, nothing extraordinarily awesome, but darn good at least.
I mean, look, I would probably run the Mirror D or ATP and the Prey Cache over this ship. But considering that in that fleet you may well end up running 3 ships anyway, you could do a lot worse than this.
Yeah. Well, and the nice thing is with the named ability, your virtually guaranteed not to get one-shotted.
Mm-hmm. There's very few things that can deal the full 7 damage that would be required.
Plus,
Not counting agility.
Oh yeah, but in 50 points.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like it. Good solid ship. Above average, I would say. And so far, the only thing in the mirror universe that can K-turn or come about.
That's true. But yeah, it does have the 90-90 arc though, which I am not a fan of.
You prefer like the 180s?
I prefer the 180s or just playing Federation or Borg.
Yeah. 90-90 is not bad though. It's nice having a rear arc. Let's see. Moving on to captains, we have Captain Smiley, or Miles O'Brien, which I enjoy thoroughly because since he is a mirror universe, I can add Miles O'Brien with a Miles O'Brien on his ship. I find that would be very amusing. But his ability, he is a 5 skill for 3 points. He has a talent slot. He adds a tech slot upgrade to your upgrade bar, and as an action, he can repair 1 damage to your hull or shields. Sounds very Miles O'Brien-y to me.
Yeah, this is a guy. This guy is seeing a lot of good reviews, good feedback from people who have run him. I am, repair 1 damage to your hull or shields, no cost. All right, whatever. I like it a lot. I mean, imagine if Scotty's ability didn't cost you attack dice. And we already see how much play he gets. Obviously, he sees play also because he boosts attack dice. But that second ability, any number of Fed players can tell you, has been relevant a lot. And this can get rid of crits, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really nice to also be able to choose hull or shields because the shield repairs have always been useful. The hull repairs get rid of crits, but generally the only way you could do that was with a crewman that cost more and discarded, or with the regenerate action, which costed you your action or your attack.
Right. With that said, I don't really like him on the Defiant itself. I want to put him on the Prey Cache, simply because the more shields or hull you have, the more relevant his ability is.
Indeed.
Plus, if you put him on the Prey Cache, you've got the named ability to do a different free action. So then you're still getting an action as long as you're close to a different ship and you're repairing.
Right, and you can also, with him, that'll put 2 tech upgrades on the Prey Cache, which means you can run both of the tech upgrade, or you can run the cloaking device and the tech upgrade from this, though I don't know why you ever would.
I hear someone eating lunch over there. I hear a plate scraping.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's not on video. No one else notices.
Yeah.
Miles, pretty good captain. Especially for Mirror Universe has been doing some really good solid things. So I would say he's definitely a solid captain.
Oh, and he gets an elite talent slot because.
Just because. Which is another thing I'm surprised by Benjamin Sisko, our next captain, who also gets a talent slot.
He was so awful in the show. There's something really funny about this, and we'll talk about it once we describe what he does.
All right, so he is a 2-point Mirror Universe captain with 4 skill. He does get a talent upgrade, which I believe may put him as one of the cheapest talent holders you can get, along with like Federation data.
Yep.
He is Mirror Universe unique, of course. During the roll attack dice step of the combat phase, you may discard up to 2 of your upgrades, crew, tech, or weapon. If you do so, gain +1 attack die to that attack for each upgrade you discarded with this card.
Stronger in every way than Ilum Garrick.
Mm-hmm. Almost as good as Lore. And I like Lore. But then again, Lore had other things that made him really good.
I mean, the thing about Lore is that, honestly, the main reason Lore is good is because of that bypass faction restrictions talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the ability to discard upgrades for attack dice is alright, I guess, but that's Lore's main kicker. So with that said, I am not really a fan of this Sisko. Cosmonaut in the chat makes a really good point. Archer on the Federation side is almost certainly better than Sisko.
Disable
Sisko,
2 crew to increase... Does that increase attack dice, or does it just increase captain skill?
It increases both.
Gotcha.
Though I think with Archer... Yeah, Archer only works with his primary weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So Sisko does have some uses. He can discard tech or weapons, and he can increase with secondaries, but Archer only disables and adds a crew slot.
Yeah, poor Sisko here doesn't add any slots, and that's becoming the new cool thing for all the captains to do these days.
Well, it's not just new cool thing for all the captains to do these days is... Oh, and Cosmonaut makes another good point. Archer does take an action, but even so, I'd rather disable my crew than discard them, because Sisko I'm only ever going to maybe use, on this ship, maximum of 4 different attack steps for +1 dice each. Whereas Archer, if I run with, I don't know, if I run a combo somehow, maybe Riker, Phlox, something like that, he can do it every single turn.
Mm-hmm. I will say one thing that you could do with this that is a pretty neat combo is if you take Benjamin Sisko, throw on the independent Romulan fleet captain, and add in Sakona there, you can get a lot of 0-point weapons that you can fire once and then throw away for the next firing. It'd be a neat little combo build.
Okay, but what 3-point weapons are you really getting? Oh, like dorsals.
Mirror Universe has 2-point dorsal arrays. Even just some of the 3-point photon torpedoes would be fine.
They don't have 3-point photon torpedoes.
Well, not in Mirror Universe.
Well, yeah, but the 3-point photons with faction penalty would cost 4 points, and now they're no longer free.
True, but 1 point for a weapon that you can fire once for fun and then just toss away to get more attack on another one?
You know what, Will? If you're sitting here advocating a torpedo boat, there must be something good about it. Yeah, for Doctor for Nick in the chat, if you are new and anybody else is new to the show, Will does not like torpedo boats.
No, torpedoes are pretty dumb. But I could see running. You could run 5 copies of the Dominion dorsal weapons array on this for, or 3 copies for 3 points, and you still get, you get 2 extra shots as over what's it called without having to re-enable.
Well, and there's also a card we'll get to in this pack that's a 1-point weapon. So you can run that.
Yeah. That's
we love 1-point weapons. And also it's good for crew that are only there for slots and are meant to get thrown away instantly.
Sakona is another really good example of that. Actually, there's a card in this pack that does something once and then never again, which makes it hilariously good for Sisko to throw away, which is the best thing ever.
Indeed. So, next up on the list we have, oh look, we have an upgrade called Jennifer Sisko. Jennifer Sisko, she's a 3-point Mirror Universe. Add crew, add 1 tech slot upgrade to your upgrade bar. At the start of the game after setup, she targets 1 enemy ship anywhere in the play area and can disable up to 2 upgrades of your choice on that ship.
Now, before we even get there, does this work against dispersion field costs? No! God, stop asking that.
Nothing works against dispersion field costs. Get over it. But yes, she can choose. She does her thing at the very start of the game, which is nice if you're going against someone that has stuff they want to do at the start of the game, like Croesus to steal their own crew off of other ships, or even just someone that cloaks because they want to cloak the first turn, but now they have to spend actions to re-enable their stuff as well. I see her pretty useful. It's a pretty good ability considering that really her main value. I don't know. Would you consider her main value being the tech slot or her ability?
Both. The tech slot is nice. The ability is really good in, if you're not seeing a lot of dispersion field costs. And even if you are, you can use it on their other ship. The main thing I love about this is that, you know what she is great with, aside from Benjamin Sisko, which is hilarious because Benjamin Sisko kills his wife, the other thing she's really good with is sideboard, because everything she does is at the beginning of the game, so she can easily be sideboarded out for something else.
Indeed, just like pretty much like all the other slot adders. Like I don't think you'll ever need to use Milana Torres again.
No, absolutely not. But I mean, sometimes with something like T'Pol, which is our other 3-point text slot adder, it's like, well, that scan thing is kind of useful, but it's like, nope. Here we just rip her out, proving what every single fan of Deep Space Nine could have told you. Nobody cares about actually seeing Jennifer Sisko at any time other than the beginning.
We need a backstory after all. David, any thoughts on her?
You know, I'm not as enthralled with her as you guys are, and here's the reason. You almost never engage in the first turn. So, Gen system, I'm going to be able to clear my most needed upgrade on turn 1. Maybe
Dave,
we engage on turn 2.
Dave, almost everything you just said was garbled.
No. I must have connection. I said we'll never engage on turn 1.
Yeah, he's cutting in and out a lot.
Yeah, whichever upgrade you disable, I'm going to have back by the time we engage.
Dave, okay, so here's the thing. Number one, this is why it disables 2 upgrades instead of just 1. We can engage very frequently on turn 2. But, and here's the other thing, number 2, it costs you both your actions. Which means you're not getting dice quality, you're not pulling off your combo, or, and here's the really good thing about this, while I said this is good with sideboard, it's also really good meta against sideboard. Because what it means is, if you're careful about what you disable, they're gonna spend turns that they would normally spend fetching stuff off the sideboard, re-enabling stuff, or they're gonna have to roll with disabled stuff in order to get stuff off the sideboard.
Mm-hmm. Like I could see this working kind of well against one of the things that's been showing up at my venue recently is the Big Evade Voyager. So this can disable the advanced shield system and Sulu, and it's 2 turns re-enabling those before they can even use them again. But the other thing I really like about it is this is potentially a very good tech card against future builds we might see. If turn 1 engaging becomes a bigger strategy, this is already going to be a counter against that in the future.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying Jen Sisko's terrible. I'm just saying I'm not in love with her yet.
At least not as much as regular Universe Sisko.
Yeah.
That's cool. But I think that's enough about her. Let's see. We move on to Ezri Tigan. I suppose that she doesn't have the Dax symbiote, so...
Correct.
4-point Mirror Universe crew. Action. Discard this card to target a ship at range 1 to 3. Steal 1 tech upgrade from the target ship with an SP cost of 5 or less, even if it exceeds your ship's restrictions. Place a disabled upgrade token on the stolen upgrade.
Ganks through shields. Amazing.
Not too bad. Let's see. SP cost of 5 or less, that limits her basically to not being able to take feedback pulse.
We have a Borg. The Borg are amazing.
I suppose there might be a question if someone put a high-energy sensor sweep on a non-Federation ship. But,
no, it has a cost. The cost of the card isn't... Okay, wait. Didn't we have this ruling for the needs of the many? Like, faction penalties don't actually play into costs in gameplay?
That was one of the questions that was asked right after, like, Chris disappeared.
Great.
So it's probably sitting in the rules form for another week now.
Well, hopefully not much longer. It's the 14th. They should be back by the 17th, right, you guys? Right?
Well, the good news is that's hopefully one of the easy ones.
Oh yeah, but usually normally it's after all. It's usually after all discounts are applied, you take the final cost of it, because there was the ruling with Sakona. She can only reduce things that are 5 or less, and using Thought Gore to reduce a 6-point torpedo into her range.
Yeah, but that's also during fleet construction. Really, honestly, this is the core question again.
Yep. When do cards retain their cost? What kind of does it remain through the game? If I take Sakona off a ship, do all of my points excellently get bigger? I mean, I'd have to go with the fleet point ruling. Is that a card is what it costs at the beginning of the game, but.
You know what they need to say is what I really want them to say is like a printed cost of 5 or less.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, yeah.
That'd be interesting if this actually became a thing that you would want to put a 5-point upgrade with a faction penalty just so you could avoid Ezri. That'd be hilarious.
Funny. Yeah. Anyway, in penalty, in all kinds of faction period, this isn't even a question. So, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, look, we all know how much we love ganking crew from ourselves with Croesus. Well, now you can gank tech from ourselves. You know?
Oh, even better.
Yeah, double up on your enhanced hull plating.
Oh god, that makes
combat.
This makes that way too easy.
That makes what?
That makes things way too easy now. Oh man, Ezri, what have you done?
Yeah, especially because, you know, if I want a enhanced hull plating, the second cheapest Federation ship there is comes with one for free.
Good old Enterprise NX.
It's been a long road.
Oh god, no!
From there to
no!
Here. There was a pun. There was a pun.
That makes it worse. Alright, let's see. Any other cool combos with Ezri? I'm not sure. Let me bring up my I'll bring up my tech list and I'll see what happens. Let's see. Next up we have good old Rom, the not so idiotic 2 points upgrade for the Mirror Universe crew. Action: discard this card to target a ship at range 1 to 3. Disable up to 2 tech upgrades of your choice on the target ship. And the redundant final line: this ability may be used against a ship that is cloaked. Which of course will cause no end of problems with people who are just starting and be like, well, why does Rom say it but Ezri doesn't? Obviously you can't use Ezri against a cloaked ship.
Because this game is stupid.
Because we need a proofreader on the rules team.
Yeah. What we need more than anything else right now, and all of the Magic, all the old school Magic fans are going to know what I'm talking about, and I might get some hate for this. We need a 6th edition rules update. That was where they went back and they stopped doing Magic card by card and have all of the rules work consistently. Happened in like '99 or something.
Back when they did away with interrupt cards?
Exactly. Also mana source cards.
I haven't played Magic in a while, but yeah. So yeah, Rom as a card though. I mean, you can get the same effect out of Jennifer Sisko on turn 1. For not even in action. And you still have her to throw out the airlock.
I'd rather use 4th of 5.
Because what is that? Is that discard to discard to? Let me find him.
Yeah, discard to disable this card and disable. Discard this card. Okay, target a ship at range 1 to 2. Discard it to disable 2 upgrades of any type on an opposing ship and 2 of their shields.
Gotcha.
Hint, it is cards like this that made Locutus bad.
Because you could get all those things really easily.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing really is, who's running 2 tech on a ship anyways? Because this is on... Yeah,
Voyager Dreadnought, certainly.
Yeah.
No, are they? All I see them run is the Raven shields.
Raven shields and high energy sensor sweep if they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, that could work. I mean, this would also be good if Cloak starts coming back against the advanced cloaking system plus interface generator or something.
Cloak is not going to come back. Cloak is terrible. We know this.
I don't know. We still have the scimitar to go over. But yeah, let's see. Time. We are once again getting off topic, so I'm going to keep us moving because we got 2 other ships to do yet.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Let's see. Jazz Edax, 2-point Mirror Universe crew. When your ship suffers damage to its hull, you may discard this card to reduce the damage by 1. 2 points, 1 free hull. I'll take it, I guess, if you really need it.
Jack Crusher that doesn't need an evade token.
Yeah. The smallest you can get for the Borg, a Blade of Armor.
Yeah.
So, not bad. Definitely better on a Mirror Universe ship than like another ship where you'd actually have to pay her faction penalty.
Yeah, don't do that.
Let's see. We've got Mirror Julian Bashir. Another 2-point Mirror Universe crew. Action. Discard this card to target a ship at range 1 to 3. If that ship attacks this round, it must attack your ship and cannot attack any other ship. If it does attack your ship during the roll attack dice step of the combat phase, that ship rolls -2 attack dice. This guy taunts, and it is a mechanic we have needed in this game for a long time.
Yeah. He's threat generation, as we'd say in Stowe. He is... Cosmonaut is a man after my own heart. Stop trying to make Cloak happen, Will. It's not going to happen. Anyway, but yeah, no, Bashir is amazing for his ability to pull aggro. This is almost as good as attack cancellation on the right ship. It also works hilariously well with attack cancellation if you can make that happen.
Yeah, I don't know. With the -2 attack dice already, I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue, but I can see this being especially useful if we start moving to larger games that, like we were talking about last week, where you can stick him on like a tiny ship and force the big ship to waste their attack.
Yeah. Nick in the chat brings up counterattack with Riker. Counterattack, yes. Riker, no.
Depends which Riker.
I'm going to pretend he meant Mirror Universe Riker with the Romulan Elite Talent, in which case, sure, counterattack with Riker.
Because then you get a free action to actually make your counterattack better. But it will be hard to get an action from both Bashir and to use counterattack in the same turn.
Janice Rand.
Mm-hmm. But it's still taking up... Janice Rand or McCoy, but both are taking up an extra crew slot.
Okay, so there's some discussion in the chat. Oh, he means crew Riker, to use it as a free action.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
That would work. Yes. Thank you. That makes a lot more sense. So a lot of people are saying, you know, no dorsals, no, it doesn't work with the Borg. Okay, you can use counterattack against the Borg. You just can't put it on a Borg ship. You can also make the attack with dorsal weapons if you want. It just has to be from a ship that's in your forward firing arc. You can make any attack you want against the ship. You can use quantum torpedoes if you have. You can use transphasics if you have them. Yeah, I want to see. I can't think of a way to use Wayun or something to save this guy all the time. But I guess I could use SotF plus Riker if I wanted to get a bunch of uses out of this guy. I mean, yeah,
even screening for your other ships every other turn would still be a good deal.
Yeah, and you know what? SotF I really like with this guy. Because this isn't a guy I need to use every turn, but it's a guy I might want to use more than once, which is great for SotF.
Mm-hmm. David, can you think of any other combos that might work with this guy?
I'm not even worried so much about combos. Heck, I'd throw him on a Voyager, like a Super Evadager, and just say, okay, fine, attack me.
Attack me with your 3 attack dice against my 7 defense.
You know, just being able to say, hey, you have to attack this ship rather than something else. I mean, maybe I've got a ship with only one, or, that's taken a whole bunch of damage, and I say, hey, Bashir's on my full health ship. You have to attack me. You can't finish this guy off. That gives me this turn and next turn to shoot at you. I mean, that can be a game changer.
Indeed. I think I got most of that over Tucker's typing.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
You can run with Bashir, but Bashir's very useful on his own.
Yeah, even just throwing him on a ship, just as is definitely not the worst idea for 2 points.
Yeah.
So, I like him a lot. You like him a lot?
Yeah, I like him. I actually like him being on the same ship as Tasha Yar, because then I don't care if you blow me up.
And that's a nice mirror universe combo right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what works? You know what's another mirror universe card you can add to make the combo even a little bit more potent is if they try to disrupt you.
We won't go back!
We won't go back!
Oh god, I should have known that was coming.
It's a mirror universe preview. Of course, it's coming.
I feel so bad for anyone who didn't get the assimilation target prime, because then you don't get to yell we won't go back in the middle of the game.
Assimilation target prime has gotten pretty cheap on eBay. Just saying.
That's nice. Hey, we've got Dean joining us from the UK. This is what we do it for. We do it for you guys. Feedback on my end.
Will, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead. I've tried to sort of subtly hint in the Skype chat for a while. I think you're redlining your mic. You're getting a lot of scratch.
Gotcha. You should know that I can never check chat while we are talking on the air. Or I can never check Skype chat while we're talking on the air.
Oh, really?
Yep. Otherwise, it disrupts the entire video process. So let's see what I can do here.
That's actually hilarious, because Dave and I actually tell you stuff in the Skype chat all the time.
I know, and I swear I told you guys that I can't check Skype while we're broadcasting, but I keep missing it.
No, I don't think you... Dave, did he...
If he told us that it's been a while and I forgot myself.
Yeah. So. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, fix your damn mic output, because it's kind of awful to listen to.
Yeah, I've turned it down a bit. It looks like it's doing all right now.
That's a
Tell me again in like 5 minutes if it's still having problems.
Okay.
I can't go into mic settings because I'm using a third-party sound mixer on my audio. But going on then, we have some weapons for the ISS Defiant. Quantum torpedoes, pretty standard. I guess they're all right. Could do worse. I'd still rather just stick with like the 4 attack from my main weapon though. Let's see. Aft phaser emitter. We have a 1-point shoot from your rear arc card. I love these things. They're so cheap.
Isn't this literally just the Vulcan?
Yes. Except mirror universe. 1-point mirror universe weapon, which is still better than the 2-point Federation one that came with the NX. Yep. I could always use an extra 1-point weapon though to throw on other things. Doesn't work with the Prakesh, but it would also be all right on the Enterprise on the assimilation target prima, since it doesn't have the 360 arc. Then again, you could just put the dorsal weapons on it so it could get that. Let's see. Anything about the weapons?
You could run dorsal and aft, and have both.
Shooting in all of the directions.
And you need stuff for Sisko to throw overboard.
Take a shot with it, and then, oh, well, we're done with you. Let's go and let's toss it in for that extra little damage at the end. But all right, tech upgrade. The wonderful, controversial, multi-targeting phaser banks.
The card that broke the rules.
Indeed. 5-point Mirror Universe tech upgrade. When you perform a target lock action, you may disable this card to acquire a second target lock on a different enemy ship within range 1 to 3 of your ship. Not bad by itself, but the kicker is, while you have this upgrade on your ship, you may have up to 2 different enemy ships targeted locked at the same time. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. The big thing about this is it does not say it works while it's disabled, but it was ruled that it works while it's disabled anyway. What does this mean? It means that there is a logical contradiction in the wording of this card and other cards that say while on your ship.
Which, most importantly, affects dispersion field or costs.
Mm-hmm.
And this was asked and followed up that said, nope, this ruling applies specifically to this card, but it's not errata.
Indeed. So this is one of those times when, you know, text without context is pretext. If you are making individual rulings based on the exact same card wordings, there is something wrong and it's going to confuse people. And that's never a good thing. We want consistency in our game, darn it. But yes, other than that, the card itself is not a bad card. I could see it being especially useful with any of those weapons that gives you a second attack, but you still have to fire at someone else.
Yeah, fire at will, fire all weapons.
The torpedo volley.
Yeah.
So 2 target locks isn't the worst thing. It is kind of expensive, though.
It's expensive for its effect. The really funny thing is this apparently completely invalidates the OP2 resource.
Yeah, because that does... I actually never even paid attention to the resources because they were just that bad.
Yeah, but this does basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, for a 5-point tech slot, I don't see... Well, okay, I could see why you would run this over high energy sensor sweep is because you don't have high energy sensor sweep. But other than that, I would run high energy sensor sweep every time.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't disable, and it gives you basically a free scan every turn. This gives you a free target lock for a disable that would take like another turn to get over it. That's cool. So I think the biggest thing this card will have an impact on is the rulings for them.
Sorry. I'm the one who asked the question, so.
That's fine. I'm sure actually. Well, I asked the question too, and I'm sure Tucker asked the question. So that's like 4 copies of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait,
mine's
what?
the one that snuck through.
Oh, come on. We're not the only guys that ask all these questions. There's other people that know this game pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh, really? We're that... Okay, moving on. Talent. 5-point Mirror Universe talent, which is not Mirror Unique. It is just regular Unique.
It's almost like I said that knowing what was going to happen.
That's crazy. We've got 2 of them. We got Rebellion. If you are defending against a ship that has a greater hull value than your ship's hull value, during the roll attack dice step of the combat phase, you may discard this card to force that ship to roll 2 less attack dice for that attack. After that ship's attack is completed, you may immediately make 1 free attack against that ship with your primary weapon if possible. That's kind of cool. It does not... The thing here is that it does not stipulate whether or not you can take this attack if you are destroyed. So... I guess since it does generally it says that if you are destroyed you can't take this attack, a la counterattack, I would say that you can shoot back regardless. Also combines very well with Dr. Bashir.
Oh, Mirror Bashir.
Yep, the one we were just talking about.
Yeah, if you call him Dr. Bashir, I'm going to get confused.
Oh, gotcha. Julian Bashir, sorry. But yeah, they attack you for... They have to attack you if they attack. They attack you, they get -4 attack dice, and you still get to shoot back at them an extra time. Assuming you could. But,
Well, with -4 attack dice, you're probably surviving.
oh yeah. And even better, if you have this ship card on a ship with Bashir, they are less likely to attack you in the first place. So, and since this requires them to attack you, you can save it for another attack later.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a neat little thing. I like the talent. The only problem is it's still a 5-point discard, but I can see it going either way.
I mean, look, there is a thing I'll take a 5-point discard for. A free attack is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Free attacks are pretty nice. You can't use this on a Borg ship.
Right. You can't put Rebellion on a Borg ship, but you can use it if you're defending against a Borg ship.
You could.
Yeah, you could use this with a Borg ship just fine. It's just that Borg ships generally have more hull than everything else.
I mean, you know, a sphere can use it against a tactical cube, or you know, a diamond can use it against. Actually, hold on. Let me take one first.
Well, yeah, okay. A sphere could use it against a tac cube, yeah.
And actually, a sphere can use it against a diamond or a tac cube, and a diamond can use it against a tac cube.
Mm-hmm. I was just reading through the chat. Someone said you couldn't use it with Borg. I'm like, is there an arc in there that I didn't miss? But no.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and a scout cube can use it against anything.
To a hole.
Just pretend I did that thing from Hot Fuzz that they do with the guys. And you know what? Never mind. We need to move on.
All right. Moving on, we have Strafing Run. As an act, this is a talent. Again, normal unique, but a mirror talent. 5 points. Action. As an action, if you perform a maneuver with a number of 3 or higher this round, target an enemy ship within range 1 to 3 that is not in your firing arc. Discard this card to immediately make 1 free attack against that ship with 4 attack dice. Treat this attack as though it were fired with a primary weapon.
Okay, do Borg have firing arcs?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Which is weird, because as I read that again, it's like, it doesn't say forward or rear. So that means you can't have it in either?
Yeah.
Little difficult to run with 180-degree arc ships, but you know, still, this is an attack for an action, and you could potentially still get an attack off, assuming that the ship can't assuming this ship is moving first and the ship it's targeting moves later into its arc. But it does still take an action. I'm not sure if I like that as much.
Hey, guess what?
Guess what?
Dorsal weapons array.
Oh, yeah, that would be another way to get a second shot. The other thing is, this card makes an attack during the action phase.
No cloak for you.
If you use this against cloakers, they don't get their cloaking defense dice. Yay. This is why a cloak doesn't work. This is why we can't have nice things.
Whereas if I'm Borg, I'm getting exactly as many defense dice as I already would.
On the bright side, you also cannot spend tokens on this since it's not in the attack phase, so it'll be just a flat-out 4-die attack. It won't be like 4-die target lock shenanigans.
Don't be silly. Spock will still work.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, especially with like a high-energy sensor sweep to take an action as well.
Yep, and if you have Warp on there, you'll get your reroll.
If you have the fleet officer resources, which are getting pretty popular around here, you've got a double reroll from communications officer? Something.
Tactical. The resources. Operations officer.
Operations officer. Chang plus multi-targeting phaser banks.
No.
Chang will never be good.
Stop trying to make Chang happen, Will. It's not.
That wasn't me. That was the chat. I swear.
Yeah, that was Cosmonaut. That might work if it let you target lock the same ship twice.
Can we hold on a sec? Can we stop the presses? Dean in the chat likes my Borg song.
Well, it's not really your Borg song. You kind of stole it from the guy with the horse.
I assimilated the horse.
I mean, you assimilated the horse.
His biological distinctiveness were added to our own.
So here's a question.
Yeah?
Chang says, action. Spend your target lock to perform this action. Disable the captain card on the ship that was target locked. Can you spend both of your target locks to disable both captains?
No, unless whenever you fire torpedoes, you lose both target locks.
That would be fun. It'll be another. I'm pretty sure that's how that works, but it'll be another fun thing to throw to the guys in the Star Trek rules forum, as if they weren't inundated enough as it was.
Hey, look, it's an hour and finished one preview.
I know, right? Hey, 50 minutes. We might only get to 2 previews, I guess, or we could get to 3 if we go over.
We could get to 3, because a lot of items in the next couple. Out of this wave, the Defiant upgrades by a long shot.
True. Yeah.
So
the next ones might go a little bit quicker. So
yeah,
we'll start out now back with Chang's Bird of Prey, if I can find what I did with it.